All right. So the recap is there was a lot of talking, and then we decided we're gonna go to war. And so Cressida was able to create a teleportation circle, or rather, find Albiadala's teleportation circle, who went, "Hey, I can't go there. I don't trust myself. So goodbye, everyone. Good luck. Thumbs up."
Is she Canadian now?
Yeah, sometimes characters get new voices and whatnot. So she fucks off, and everyone else like, okay, we're gonna go through the teleportation circle and see what happens. So you go through the teleportation circle, and you're like, ew, it's very wet. It's very humid here too. Gross. So you start sneaking around, but Haru is not very good at sneaking. And rolls a natural one as a little Magman man is running down a staircase very giddily, about to place this token that has 3 kind of white waves through it in a pedestal. And at first you intimidate him, and then he rolls and is like, actually, there's other people around, and you're really not that scary because you can't even stealth properly, and there's like 50 of us here. I'm not scared. So he gets shot and dies. And the rest of the party goes, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And you start making your way to the kind of watery area where water's leaking down these stair steps. And as you make your way over there, you hear a voice that is basically like, yeah, we know you're here. This is a trap. Get fucked. And then everyone goes, okay, walks up the staircase, and hey, look, it's the bad guys. And they were waiting for us the whole time. And then combat. In combat, we have had quite a few people explode and or die on the other side. Basically no damage done to party yet. And Barrick, right?
Yep.
Yes, Barrick. It was like, I'm very good at seeing things, so I'm going to shoot my eyes into the sky and look around the room. And so he has been slowly letting everyone know, hey, by the way, there's more people here than those 4 guys you just blew up. So now you're kind of dealing with an onslaught of bad guys all making their way over to you while trying to figure out what the fuck you need to do to either get out of the room or solve what the hell this room is. And that's our recap.
You did miss a very important part.
You are helping a blind man walk around.
They're flirting with a married lesbian.
Oh, this is true. Top 10 moment right there. I know you're gay, but ...
But that's not a turnoff.
If you were gay, that'd be okay.
It's like, so you're saying there's a chance.
And so we open at the beginning of initiative to help speed along combat, because we're at 9 o'clock now, and I want to make sure that combat isn't dragging onwards for everyone. I like to keep big combats like this rapidamente. We start off with Haru. You see a Magman guy absolutely sprinting over to you, giving this little mad dash as his tiny legs pitter-patter across the ground. But he is dashed, and he is not able to use his action to hurt you in any way. With that being said, a slithery little snake slithers its way over to you and begins to attack. Does a 14 hit Haru?
It does not.
All right, now. Does a 7 hit Haru?
Oh, that definitely misses.
Seamus, it is now your turn.
Oh, Jesus. I can't punch things with Seamus. Well, I can, but... What did he do last week? Really, it was just invisibility for the most part, right?
Yeah, he did invisibility, jumped up on a wall to get an eyesight on everyone, and went, okay, I'm gonna walk away now. No damage was done. I don't think he even called out where the enemies were. He just kind of took a...
Nope.
Yeah, he just took a look and was like, oh, that's cool.
We have no idea where he is. He's just chilling somewhere.
But he did say he was going to follow the group. Remind me, did anybody say what direction we were going?
You guys are going.
Crowded.
Okay. Hold on.
We're using your water elemental as a bulldozer at the moment.
Mhm.
I know this guy can walk on walls. I just don't know what allows him to do that.
Spider climb.
That is
Built into him.
It's an innate ability of his.
also doesn't cost a spell slot or anything for him.
Correct.
Okay. Oh, I would imagine he would walk up this wall here and just continue on down. Oh, I gotta remember, not everybody has 65 feet of movement.
No.
40 or 35 feet, so I would literally get him here.
Oh, good, you have access.
And
I don't need to move him for you.
oh, what Seamus. Let's just screw it. Let's do this. Walking across the wall but seeing the snake by Margot, I think Seamus would cast cantrip. His shadow touch. And I'm gonna roll the dice on or digital dice on this. Let's see how well. Oh. Oh my god.
Yeah, welcome to Seamus.
22.
He does a lot.
Well, it almost hit that one, and I was about to be like, okay, no. I'm imagining a 22 hits.
Who are you trying to hit? Are you
The snake thing.
Oh, the snake. I thought you said Margot.
No.
I was like, okay. I mean, you can attack her
Seamus
if you
is like, I liked her better dead.
want. Yes, a 22 will hit.
Wow. That's a cantrip? Hold on.
You did roll really high.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, you can't regen health till the start of its next turn, and it takes 21 necrotic, or it's dead.
It can't regen life either.
That works.
Yes, as you're walking by, you just kind of reach out and, poke the snake, and the snake just shrivels up as if, it were shedding its own skin and dies right there next to Margot, who can't see what the fuck just happened besides the snake was like, I'm gonna hit you. Never mind. Yeah.
Nice little cantrip. Oh, what can he do in bonus action? Knowing Seamus, he'd bonus action hide.
This is fair.
Does he have advantage? What is the criteria with his stealth, Morgan? Does he get advantage on stealth checks?
Considering he's under
Invisible.
greater invisibility right now, oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep, there it is.
Wow.
Starting off strong.
Okay.
Seamus forgets where he is.
I'm so invisible I can't even see my own feet.
All right. That is...
You have successfully hidden.
Yeah, if something can see Seamus just based off passive perception, there's a whole other problem on that.
Well, that completes your turn.
Yeah.
All right, Cressida, it is now your turn.
I know Barrick was holding his movement to move with me.
Correct.
That only moved 15. I'm gonna move us right this slow, and I will take an opportunity attack as I leave this guy's area.
Yes, you will. Should be... All right, how is an 18 to hit?
Shield.
Makes sense. I was waiting for that one.
And then once I'm there, I focusing or concentrating on. I'll shatter these guys. Let me place a template. That might hit the water elementals. Let's see. So hard. See these guys.
Alrighty. They need to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh, that's not bad damage. A DC 17.
DC 17, thank you. I don't think they're... yeah, okay. Alrighty. Both of them fail.
18. Thunder
Damage is applied. The snake nearly dies, and the magman goes boom.
Oh, yep, I
believe-
forgot about that.
Yes.
I forgot
boom.
about that. It's been a week.
So that
Could I have
means...
done that before we walked up? Because in the moment, I would have remembered that that was a thing. Not 2 weeks later for the player. My character would have remembered they blow up.
Yes, because the dice has already been rolled, I will say no. That's generally how I do it at my table. However, next time, good luck. So, Barrick, Water Elemental, Cressida, and Fire Snake all need to roll a Dexterity saving throw.
$21 for the elemental.
Okay. Okay. And Barrick.
There we go. I'm learning how to be a player. I can't see my own dice. Wow.
11.
That was bad.
Alrighty. So everyone takes 4 fire damage. As each of you pass your dexterity saving throw. See, it's not too bad. They explode. They don't do too much damage. Which means, does that? Oh my god, yeah. The snake goes boom. Snake go bye-bye. Alrighty. Well, that completes your turn. Or is there anything else you'd like to do?
That's it.
Alrighty. We go to these guys over here who move right there, and this guy moves right here. Barrick, it is now your turn.
Holy shit. I just finished reading what Kiki was saying. To hold any spell is concentration.
Yep.
If you are concentrating on time stop and you hold a cantrip, your time stop is now
You
broken.
lose your. Yeah, it's a big change. Which is why I posted that there, because it fucked my bard over in Curse of Strahd. Big time, because I lost Intellect Fortress for holding a fucking cantrip.
Oh shit.
Oh.
I don't hate that change. I feel like that makes sense.
It basically means that spellcasters who rely on concentration spells can't hold any of their useful actions, though. They're completely nerfed.
Interesting.
Go ahead
I
to
don't know,
sleep on it.
I think that to lose their spell slot is a big enough hit to them that I'm not a huge fan of that. Alright. But, I don't know, we'll play with that in a little bit. Alright, so we go up, we got splatted. That, I know how to do things. And we are saying that. Oh no. Okay. Unarmed strike is where damage, grapple, or shove come from, so you can do a shove as part of a multi-attack. I think we had that question last week, and I just found it. Okay. He is going to turn around and do a double flick of his dagger and at the two snakes behind him over by Haru, trying to free her up a little bit. All right, let's see here. Inventory. All right. I really don't spend much time as a player, guys. This is weird to like try to have to go through all this. Okay, that'll be a 16 because there's a +1 on it.
A 16 will hit.
All right, excellent.
Are you targeting this one, the top one first?
Yeah, top one first. And that'll be 15 points of damage.
Alrighty. That is enough as you throw one of your daggers at the snake, and the snake goes down.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. That included my sneak attack. Okay, second shot going over there. That'll be not as good, a 14.
A 14 will hit.
Okay. And then damage. Oh, sorry, ignore most of that. That's going to be a whopping... Oh, come on. That's 6 points of damage.
Alrighty. The snake takes the dagger, and it does some damage, but does not appear to be too effective.
Okay, and then flick comes back. With Nick being the weapon mastery option, where it lets you do 2 attacks, or basically gives you second attack. Have you guys come across like using it as light weapons? Does that mean you can still use your bonus action as like a 2-weapon property?
It uses
My
your
brain's a
bonus
little
action.
bit
Doesn't it say that?
fried from work. What was that?
I think it says it that it uses your bonus action. Let me look, because I figured we had this argument in my Wednesday group or Sunday group.
And I am not as familiar with 2024 rules.
When you make the
What
extra
is the
attack
rule?
of a light property, you can make it as part of the attack action instead of as a bonus action. This can only be made once per turn. Okay, so
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think I
So
can-
then you would get like 3. That's how rogues can end up getting 3 attacks now, is if you have light weapon with Nick.
oh, okay, so it does
What?
allow me to then use my light weapon
Mhm.
to utilize my bonus action.
Yep, because it's not 2-weapon master or 2-weapon fighting, or at least
Yeah.
that's how my Saturday DM or Sunday DM ruled it, because it specifically says without using your bonus action, which leaves your bonus action open for the actual 2-weapon fighting.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, and it doesn't specifically say you cannot use your light weapon property bonus action to make this attack. Okay, so I will have a third strike. That'll be a lot to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And I don't get to add my modifier at this point. So that'll be a big old 2.
Nice.
Okay, that'll be it for me.
All right,
Wait,
Margot.
No, that was my
Ooh.
bonus action. Yes, we're good.
Okay.
I'll hold my action to move with Cressida if she moves again.
Okay, hold the movement.
Oh. I'll hold movements. I mean,
Yeah. Margot, it is now your turn.
Was distracted going to the source books. Where am I? Oh, there I am. That's not my spell list. That's too nice to be Margot's spell list. There we go. Destruction. Margot's gonna move forward to where she can better see these people trying to swarm our dear little Haru.
Exactly
What?
where I want them.
Hmm. Let's I'm gonna do my I'm gonna do a lightning bolt. And I don't know how to turn the how do I angle the
control scroll wheel.
Just go on there. There we go. I'm gonna move here. I'm just still wanna set down my and what just happened? Sorry, I'm being very particular with it. Okay, there. Let me target all these guys. That's gonna be a dexterity saving throw. for them.
All right, which means that is 4 people, right?
Yep.
That is 5 people. 1, 2. Oh wait, no, yeah, that's 4 people. So let's see. All right, 3 pass, 1 fail.
36 for those who failed, and then 20, half of that for
18.
those who passed. What is that? Thank you.
So I believe that gets basically everything. So this magnet is gonna go ahead and explode. Okay, and how much health did you have? Oh, how about that? What a lucky guy.
I was wondering if I
That
would
guy
knock him out.
explodes. That snake dies. Haru, can you make a dexterity saving throw?
Of course.
This one snake that survived just saw a lightning bolt go past it.
Just sizzling slightly in the background.
13.
Okay, 13 will pass. You take 5 fire damage. Alrighty. Well, that completes your turn, or is there anything else you'd like to do?
I will quicken spell. And let's Sorceress Burst this guy over here. No, I'm gonna Sorceress Burst this guy in case he dies and explodes and fucks up everyone else. That's not good. 17?
Okay, a 17 to hit that guy. 17 will hit.
13. Sorceress
Eagle
Burst.
boom.
Uh,
Which
I
means
get
they
to
need to
hit.
make their saving throws. Oh, wow. What a roll. Which means he now needs to roll. Which then means that Alrighty. You do not set off a chain reaction.
Close. That's real close.
Very close to setting off a chain reaction, but not quite. You do successfully blow up one guy.
That's yeah, that's it.
Alright. This guy sprints over here. And now, the fire people that you had seen that were moving around and are finally beginning to... What just rolled?
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Little preemptive there. That's alright. The fire people finally form into people, and they essentially are this undulating mass of fire. Like when you're sitting at a campfire and you look into the fire itself, let's say, it's nighttime, you can see the flames kind of crackling and dancing back and forth. And while it doesn't look like any shape besides, a fire or maybe some towers next to each other or something like that, that is kind of how these fire people are. They seem, at first glance, just like big balls of fire, but you can tell that they're vaguely humanoid of some sort. With that being said, that's not how I do that. Ah, here we go. Okay. Eh? And so the fire guy... Oh, you're supposed to go right there. The fire guy flies up into the air, about 20 feet high, and then starts flying closer to the party. Who's feeling lucky today? Good answer, Marco. What do you have to do on your end for this? Oh, you don't have to do anything. Alrighty, Margot. Does a 14 hit?
Nope.
Does a 26 hit?
Yes. There's nothing I can do about that either.
Yeah, it kind of went like down here and then all the way up here. Alrighty, wonderful. You take 17 fire damage as
Rude.
this
Hold on.
humanoid
Can I do something about
flying ball of fire. What'd you say?
Absorb elements.
Very well. Does that half it or does that get rid of all of it?
I take half damage and I store the other half to fuck someone up later. So
You store 1d6 to
1d6.
fuck somebody else.
The
up
first
later.
time you hit with a melee weapon. Okay, I'm not gonna hit somebody with a melee weapon, but hey, it gives me resistance. So half of what was the damage?
17. That's what, 8?
Someone. It's like someone who's better at math. Please help.
I'm fucking horrible at math, but yes. So 8 fire damage has been done to you, and this guy is just kind of floating up in the air, far enough away from everyone else that if anything were to explode, he wouldn't feel it, or rather, it wouldn't feel it.
Rude.
Agreed. What a rude flame guy. Everything continues getting closer and closer. All the way up until this guy does something similar. Something similar, thank you. He flies 20 feet in the air, then flies... Well, I know it'll collide with the wall. He's above the wall. Whatever. And then proceeds to fly over the walls. And he thinks that Haru looks like a very fun person to shoot. So, how is a 23 to hit, Haru?
That'll hit.
Wonderful. That is 16 fire damage.
Sheesh.
And now, how is a natural 1 to hit?
That will miss.
Oh, these guys are really just going up and down in their firing. So he goes to throw, but he misses. And instead, we'll see. Yeah, all right. He hits the snake in the back of the head, and the snake goes and dies. Dro, it is now your turn.
On top of this wall, just looking down. This guy just changed and ruined a lot. Also, is the game paused for anybody else?
Yes, it is currently paused. It is no
My
longer
bad.
paused. Whoopsie.
You know what? No, we'll try that. This should be interesting. I'm gonna hop down. So basically I'd be right here, but just
Yes,
I'll
I
just
can
do
change
that.
your elevation to 0 feet.
and
I
then
think I just did that. Oh no, I didn't.
I grabbed it.
Oh, okay, cool.
This guy I'm going to take one swing at.
Which one's this guy?
The snake.
Oh, the snake in front of you? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta look at the target, the tiny little circle above their heads.
+9. Math 24.
A 24 to hit?
Yep.
Yes, a 24 will hit.
And then this plus. Ooh. He will take. Really? 15 slashing and 2 cold.
Okay. That kills him. I need everyone. Oh, wait a minute.
The snake.
That's the snake, right. 15 slashing and 2 cold?
Yeah, so in total, 17 damage in total.
Yeah, that doesn't kill him. He's still up!
Cool. Gonna hit him
Give
again.
me all you've got. It, what is that? Hisses, evilly at you.
Cool, because that was a nat 20 on the second hit.
Yeah, so, whatever your damage is, he's dead.
Yeah,
Nothing he can really do about that one. Goodbye, snake.
it's just mid
He
hit.
like hisses at you, and like the forked tongue comes out, and the forked tongue just gets like split perfectly in half.
Right down the middle,
along
yeah.
with the rest of him.
Bonus action. Okay. Joe was up on the wall, so he would have seen Cressida there. Fuck. I really want to punch this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wreck it!
No, I'm gonna have to if I want to do my other thing. Yeah, I'm gonna punch it. Actually, no, I'm not. Oh, yes, I can. I can't do that as a bonus action.
Decisions.
The map 28.
That will hit.
Where's my? Wow. Of course, on this I would do max damage. 13.
13 is gonna kill it, and it is going to naturally, and then go boom. Everyone within a 10-foot radius is gonna have to make a dexterity saving throw, unless there is something anyone else can do about it.
Kiki, I would really appreciate you not infecting me with your roll curse.
Hey, at
It's a
least
what?
Someone else now.
So,
Dex.
Ripple, Elemental, Cressida, Barrick, Dro, I believe that Seamus is too high up, and Margot technically.
Jesus Christ.
And this is the issue with flat.
Well, Margot's down the stairs.
Yeah, she's
so
down
is it-
5 feet technically, because since the wall's 10 feet, each staircase is 5'10". So I think she's just out of it.
26 for Dro, 13 for the Ripple.
Okay.
19 for Cressida.
Okay.
14 Barrack.
All right. Everyone, you take 3 fire damage.
Is it 1 or 2 for Dro? Because he's resistant to fire.
It'd be 1.
1.
Oh, that's shit. I fucked that up. I don't know what I just did. Oh, I see what's happening. I was confused. It started taking away from my ward, so I didn't think it was taking damage, but it's been taking damage this whole time. +3. That.
And Joe's gonna move up after getting hit with fire. Oh, I can see. Huh. Can I? Okay, so the Ripple Elemental can move through people's spaces. Can Dro move through his, since the Ripple can move through theirs?
The rule that I have is so long as the player consents to have somebody move through their space, they're more than welcome to move through the space. So in this case, yes, because it's you. Unless you suddenly make the decision you don't want to allow yourself to move through your own space.
So, still
But you
Ripple
cannot
Elemental.
stay in the space, otherwise you'll take 1d4 force damage and be forced out to the next available open space.
So I went down 10, 15, 20, 25. Hmm, 30. Go here. And that will be his turn. Ripple will pancake this snake.
Hmm.
And I gotta remember what the modifier is for this. Plus 7. First hit. Wow. 13. First hit.
A 13 will not hit.
Right. Okay. A lot better. 23.
23 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
What is it? Plus 4. Okay, max damage. Like it. 12. Or no, 11. Sorry.
Alrighty. The water elemental just grabs onto the snake, and you can see steam coming off the snake, and slowly water pours down its body before it curls up and dies in that tiny little pool that's making its way down the stairs. Goodbye, snake.
And Elemental here sees this little guy, so he's just gonna make his way on over into his space,
Very well.
blocking for the rest of the people to get through.
Yes, and that doesn't force the other creature out because he's able to occupy other spaces, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right. Will that complete the elemental's turn?
Yes. Yes.
All right. We go to this magman over here. Who sprints all the way down. Haru, it is now your turn.
Lovely. This is delightful. Haru's so she's like, geez, I think we're just going to leave. 5, 10.
10.
Don't want to get closer to this magman.
Did you go up against the wall? He is in a
Technically
like.
blow it up first.
Let's say he's in a horrible spot.
In
Yeah.
a great spot for attack. Because
They're not very smart. They
I
just
think
know must hit.
I have 3 attacks, so gosh, yeah, I'm just gonna blow him up, I guess. Think that is the answer. Is I'm gonna
Nuke 'em.
Gonna cook him.
He uses like an 8th level spell just to kill this one little guy.
Hey, if they pissed her off
Okay,
enough,
so I can
Margo does have
directly-
immolation.
So I'm going to assumedly direct 2 of my magic missiles, my Eldritch Blasts,
Okay.
at this, just in case I miss one, because it seems to be Haru's pattern. And then we're gonna see what the third does to whatever the fuck that fire thing is.
Hmm.
So the first 2 to the little magman. Yeah, see, this is why. This is why I did 2 shots. Does an 11 hit this thing?
An 11 will not hit
That's
him.
what I figured. Wonderful. I figured.
Oof.
16.
A 16 will hit him.
Wonderful. That will be 11 force damage.
He goes boom. So that is. Well, no, I don't want to click on you. That's. Can I?
Margot's definitely gonna have to do it.
Yeah, Margot definitely gets hit. Can I bring a circle up? Measurement control. Ah, here we go. Yes. So then that is 10 feet 10 feet radius. Is Haru in that circle? I can't tell. I don't think she is. I think she's just out of it.
Oof.
Because that circle doesn't go all the way through the box.
muted,
It goes
Morgan.
through a quarter of the way through the box.
Naturally, it's less about where the circle goes, and it's more about is that square highlighted? And if I move Haru away, it is not highlighted.
Correct. Okay. Then Haru, congratulations. Margot, you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
I did. I got a 16.
Ah, that passes. Wonderful. I get to roll damage. All right, 3. That is already halved, by the way. 3 fire damage.
Shouldn't be halved, right?
Yeah, because you
Everybody's
absorbed
absorbed
elements.
before.
Yeah.
But doesn't it only work once? Or is
You
it the
passed
entire
the
time?
dexterity saving check, so I went ahead and
Oh, okay.
halved the damage. The damage was 6.
Oh, and then I have it again because it lasts until the start of your next turn.
Yeah.
You have resistance to triggering damage until the start of your next turn.
So is that double half then?
Yeah?
So
one?
1? Oh, 1 fire damage? Big
1
numbers, big numbers.
I mean, that'd be the same thing like with Dro. He just got hit by
I hope
it.
this is a nice, scary combat for
Yeah.
everyone. They're all worried about going down. All right,
I'm really worried
Haru.
about
is
my
there-
resources.
yeah.
Throw her
I
last
wondered what this combat was for.
blast.
Because you
Alright.
know Margot's not good at maintaining resources. Right, you
How do
mean.
Haru's
Haru.
like, oh,
Haru.
Haru's a strong. she's
Haru!
Oh,
I
Just
just
run.
need her- she's like, I just want to leave. I just want to leave. That's all I really want. I want to leave.
Everyone's all
She-
stuck on the staircase.
Yeah, she's 5'10". She looks at this line of people stuck here, and she's like, "That's not me. I'm bonus action Misty stepping." She said, "I'm skipping the line." Is this? She has 20 more feet of movement. 5, 10, 15? Yeah, like 5, 10. Oh. 5, 10, 15. She'll just boop. She's like, there. Perfect. And this is where she ends her turn.
Alrighty, so then we go up to these people over here.
She's like, I'm done getting hit. It's time to go.
Go away.
Leave leave us alone.
The sad part was I was thinking of staying on this side too, and I didn't.
I still have no idea what shit this is. Hopefully he's following.
You going
Oh.
to?
You go worse. You stop.
Oops, this should be. Okay, and now the
Oh,
question
you know-
is, yes.
You keep pausing the game because you're hitting spacebar.
Ah,
Mhm.
this
I was
is
like,
true. All right, yeah, there we
Oh,
go.
no, it's because I gave you GM powers.
Alrighty. I think I can do that from this guy, right? Ah, I can do it from this guy. Okay. Yeah, he'd be able to cast it there, because that's within the range. Cool. So, now that the actual bad guys are making their way over here, this guy flies over from the kind of left area and into your vision barrack. And this person is also humanoid and very similar to the others, but their form appears to be a little bit larger, and they appear to have almost fire horns. So that is horns made of fire that kind of like flames and crackles up off of their head, almost like a tiefling appearance, yet made of pure fire. And so, this person, for, because this is kind of fun, is going to cast Wall of Fire on the people who have formed perfectly in a line.
Okay.
Wait.
Wait. Do they have it? Where are they? Where are they? How far away are they?
They are... That's a great question. I think they're like 90 feet. Is this Margot or Cressida?
Well, let's... I don't think Margot has prepared anymore.
I am
Cressida.
highlighting on the map. They're
Sorry, I'm
10...
looking at
Oh,
my
wait.
spells real quick.
Oh, yeah. They're 10 feet up in the air.
I wasn't scrolled out. Which one is doing it? Oh, well, I can only do it.
This
because
guy
fucking
over here.
hell.
Yes,
can I
they have
spell?
range.
Wait.
They're snipers.
Oh, wait. She's a wizard, not a sorcerer. I can't distance spell. Well, we're fucked.
The irony of not liking playing a sniper and then giving 3 snipers. Alrighty, so with that, I need to close that token. So the wall is up to 60 feet long, and it is 60 feet long as it appears. It starts on Margot and goes all the way to the front door of the water place, right where you're heading to, Haru. I'll go ahead and highlight that a couple times for you. It is 20. No, yeah, it's 20 feet high and 1 foot thick. It is fire, blah, blah, blah. You all must make a dexterity saving throw. And let me double check this person's spell save is... Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. Cool,
I
so-
cannot roll above double digits.
Oh no.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay, so
It's like 16's the highest. I don't think it saves.
So we have a 16, 14, 14, and is that everyone? Yeah, 16, 14, 14. Yeah, there's only 3 people in there. I was thinking there was a lot more. Cool. Margot, you pass. You take half the amount of damage, And the amount of damage is... the amount of damage is 23. So for the other two people who are there, you failed your saving throw, you'll take 23 fire damage, and then Margot, whatever bullshittery you have with the absorb elements and passing the dexterity and all of that.
Yeah, that's six.
They really don't hurt you that much, but everyone else just immediately ignites. Just so you all know, if you end your turn in here or leave the wall and come back, you take damage.
My arcane ward drops. You have expended my entire arcane ward, and now Cressa can actually take damage because she hasn't taken any damage this whole time because of her ward.
Ha ha ha! Way to go, DM.
The wall, is it magical or is it just normal fire?
I believe it is magical. Let me double check.
Barrick's sight returns back to his eyes as he's rocked by the flames. Loses concentration on elevated sight.
It does not say whether or not it is magical. So I'm going to go ahead and say it's magical because it's a magic spell. Yeah.
And he has to maintain concentration on it, so it's magic.
I'm curious if this will work. Or we'll see.
Well, I'm excited. That will end his turn. Seamus, it is now your turn. You're invisible on top of a wall and have done nothing. And a whole lot of it, too.
Which direction is the firewall facing?
Oh yeah, there is one.
It is
hot
facing
side.
towards this door.
No,
No,
like that's the length, but then like
Right.
this is north or south is hot, and the opposite is totally fine.
South.
Okay, so that means the ripple elemental has to make a save too.
Oh.
But Seamus does not.
No, it says when it appears, creatures within the area make the dex save, and then if you end your turn within 10 feet of the wall on the hot side is when you would take damage.
So,
That's right.
so as long as
Gotcha.
Dro, the Ripple, and Haru don't end their turn where they are right now.
You'd be
Yes.
fine.
And everyone else gets out of the flame wall.
Seamus, what are you going to do?
Step into the fire, then step out, then step into the fire, then step out, then step into the fire, then step out.
I don't know.
He's just gonna fly over it, an invisible bat.
Well, it is a wall. He'll just spider climb on the firewall.
Yeah, because that's how that works.
The spider climb on the cold side.
I go off this so I can see. God, why are you? This guy needs to go. Seamus is fine. I'm gonna shadow hand this guy again.
Very well.
That would be a ranged attack at melee range, which would be disadvantage, but
Is it
it's
a-
also sneak attack because he's invisible, so roll flat.
Yeah, and he
it-
has a height advantage.
Shadow hand has 120 feet. Or shadow touch. Oh, shadow hand's a completely different thing. My bad. Shadow's touch has a range of 120 feet.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's
That's
good
within
up.
range.
Never mind, you're still rolling with advantage.
Oh yeah, I'm invisible, so I would get.
Invisible, height advantage. Honestly, at this point, it doesn't really matter so long as there is advantage done.
16.
Alright. A 16 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Not as good. 13.
Alrighty, you do 13 points of damage. Or is that... Yeah, that was 13 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
15. No. 20.
That wall, those thick walls go up to the ceiling.
Oh fuck. Okay. Can he teleport? I don't think Seamus can teleport.
Mm-mm.
He cannot. Okay. I'm just going to move, I guess. He's invisible. So 15. My vision keeps going away when I click off.
Here, I can. Can you see now?
Yes.
Okay.
So he'd hop down. So it would be 10 feet down. So 20, 30, 35. Right? I do that right? 10, 15. You drop down. Oh, that's 25. Wait, I can't count. We said the side that Joe and Haru and the elemental is the hot side.
Yes, down here.
Okay, so he'll use his last movement, maybe. Try to go 5 feet more if you can. There.
Alrighty, well that completes your turn.
All of these walls go up?
Yes.
Yes. That's Seamus.
Cressida, is now your turn.
So, I know you can see now, but you are still holding your movement. So if you wouldn't mind, I would continue to drag Barrick out of the fire with me if he wants to come out of the fire with me. Because he held his movement for that anyways. So I'll put us both over here. And then I suppose I shall mind sliver this little guy.
Oh, poor little guy.
I don't know if he's gonna make a DC 17 intelligence saving throw, but stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened. This is true.
Not great damage.
What is his? Oh. Whoa. 14.
Okay.
So he
So
is
he
not
takes-
successful.
6 psychic damage, and he has to subtract a d4 in his next saving throw.
Alrighty.
And then bonus. This door is closed, isn't it? Can't see through
Yes.
that.
Is that currently
would've-
closed?
We would
On
have
your...
taken an attack of opportunity from that Magman.
Oh, this is true.
Oh
did
yeah.
run right
well,
past.
she would have taken it if she
Alright.
was leading, because he was technically. Well, she would have tried to take it. I don't know how you would rule that because she's leading the movement and his movement's forced. So forced, but consensual. Voluntary?
Yeah, I think that in this case, because you're the first one to move out of range, that the opportunity attack would apply to you, and then,
Yes.
he's not able to do another opportunity attack. So, how is a 22 to hit?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Cool. You receive 7 fire damage, and you are now on fire. You can... Let me say this right. Take an action to douse the fire, and if you do not douse the fire, then you take 3 fire damage at the end of each of your turns.
Well, I used my action to mind sliver him already. Slow is dropped, which I guess there were no creatures being slowed still, so it doesn't really matter. But she did lose concentration on slow. Bonus action. I don't want to waste any more spells. That's it. I'm not going to waste my bonus action. Hard being frugal.
Agreed.
Oh,
Alrighty.
Noah, too. Is it okay for Seamus' bonus action to hide?
Oh yeah, I feel like at this point it's just kind of assumed.
Okay. I'll just roll.
Barrick, it is now your turn. You are no longer blind, right? You lost your eye.
Yep, lost my eye. I only have my own particular vision, so I'm working off of my not DM site. First of all, I am going to dispel magic on the firewall.
This makes sense.
Let's see here. Dispel magic. Where is that one? There we go. Dropped. Let me see.
Should have looked at Seamus's spells closely.
Okay, I'm just gonna do it at base level.
Alrighty.
So Wall of Fire, is that a 4th level spell?
Third
I
level.
think it's 3rd.
It's 4th level. It's 4th level.
Yep, 4th level.
Okay, so I have to make. I basically have to make an Arcana check, right?
Mm-hmm. And you have to beat his, or you have to beat a DC 14. Well, it's a spell casting ability. So
Yeah.
it's
10
technically
plus
spell
spells
casting
level,
ability.
so it's 14.
It's the DC you're trying to beat, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it off of my Arcana check.
Using your spell casting ability, not an Arcana check. It might be the
Correct.
same for you, but it's your ability, not.
It's definitely not. My spellcasting ability modifier is +4. Okay, so we're doing one of these. Ta-da!
What is that?
Okay, Wall of Fire gone.
Yes, I don't know how to do that.
Click on the little measure tool.
Measure tool.
And then there's like a little starburst sort of setup, and you just click that and click delete.
Should be on the wall itself.
There we go.
There you go. Okay. For my bonus action, I will cast Magic Hand and pat down on Crepidar, because I can do that as a bonus action.
Much appreciated.
So,
She's like, shoot. My
And it's
fancy
an
robes are on fire.
And it's an invisible hand. So all of a sudden, Cressida just starts feeling
Someone's getting frisky.
patting out the flames. That will be my turn, and I will earlier when you gave us the description of the room, you said there were pedestals, is that right?
Correct. There are pedestals around over here.
I did not track that. When I was over there, huddled in the corner, did I notice anything specific about those? Are they elementally attuned? Do they have markings? Are they blank as blank?
Good question. How long were you huddled over there before you shot your eye up? You had at least a turn over there, yeah?
Yeah, it was a turn because before the combat started, I like tucked in and like stealthed into the corner over here.
Okay. Then, yes, you did notice that each of them, or at least the one in front of you, is elementally attuned, and that the symbol that you have on the token that you're carrying is not the same as that pedestal that was in front of you. Instead, that symbol seems to be a bowl of some sort with something overflowing from it.
In my hand or on the pedestal?
On the pedestal, the one in your hand is the token that has the 3 waves that are white.
Gotcha. Okay. Overflowing, got it. Okay, I'll keep that for myself for a sec.
Alrighty, well that ends your turn.
I will use my movement to scooch over here. That'll be it.
Alrighty, Margot, it is now your turn. You are on the staircase.
Not great spot. Not a great spot to be at all. Oh, you know what I didn't do before? Hold on. The last round, I have to roll something. We good. Okay. Don't worry. We're good. Actually, I have to roll it twice because I know that Cressida did the shadow. Too many spellcasters. Let's do Earth Tremor. Oh, why I didn't put a template down for that. It says you cause a tremor within range. What's the range? 10 feet. Is it a circle? Is it a diameter?
10-foot radius, so it's a circle.
10-foot radius. Centering on me, I'm guessing?
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. Oh, yeah, range self, 10-foot radius.
Okay, so every creature within 10 feet of me, which I think is... every creature. Is the water elemental on something right now?
It is... Yes, it is
about
essentially on top of one of the snake guys, but also you are technically 5 feet down on the staircase, since the walls are 10 feet up, so you're 5 foot, and then this would be 10 feet, and you'd be at the normal, like, height of everything.
So this guy up here is not within 10 feet? Like, it won't let me ping.
I don't
The
think...
magnet is there.
No. That would be 15. But these other two guys are definitely. Earth Tremor. What are the saves?
Oh, Dex saves.
Oh, that's fun. How's a 15 and a natural 20?
15 fails.
All right.
So it fails and it's prone.
And how much damage does it take?
4 bludgeoning damage.
Nice. Big numbers.
And the other one only takes 2. So which one's prone?
The one in the back. Oh, assign status effects. And
Not the one in front of
prone.
me, of course. Okay.
There we go.
Well, I guess I'm taking an opportunity attack.
Did they take half damage on a success or no damage?
Very poorly written spell wizards. It's one of their new ones too. You'd think they'd do it. It doesn't say. On a save, a creature takes. On a failed save, creature. It doesn't say what happens on a save. I'd imagine it's half damage because it's a level spell. It's usually save or suck if it's a cantrip.
I agree. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead. It just does not say that, so that was really well written. We'll just say it goes ahead and takes 2 bludgeoning damage.
So I'm not gonna move away yet because I have to roll something first to see if we're fucked. That would happen before I moved.
Alrighty.
We are good. Don't worry about it.
I don't understand that table.
Alright.
You don't want to understand what's gonna happen when I roll badly on that.
And how is a 10 to hit for the attack of opportunity?
No.
I did not think so.
That ends my turn.
Alrighty. Oh, that's where it's supposed to be. Alright, so one Magman makes his way over, and then...
No.
That guy decides to get a little closer, and... Look at this! This is really fun! Everyone's in a line again! He's gonna go ahead and cast Wall of Fire. Specifically on this
I am
area
not in the
right
line.
here. Correct. However, the hot side is facing north.
What's this?
So everyone within the Wall of Fire needs to make a dexterity saving throw, right? Yeah, dexterity saving throw.
Dro 28.
28 will pass.
That was an adventure. Water elemental 16.
16 will pass, and I believe Haru was last. Yeah, and Haru.
Don't fuck me over, dice.
You said
You
it.
fucked
You
me
said it. You said it.
You said
know.
it. Yeah, you did jinx it.
I'm grabbing my physical dice. Screw this.
All right, what was
tonight.
that? That was like a 9 or something?
It
11.
was like 11.
Okay, sweet. So, you take 23 fire damage, or half as much if you succeeded. So, Dro and Water Elemental, you take half as much. It's very funny that I rolled the exact same damage for both of these, even though the rolls were very different.
What was the damage? Sorry.
23 or half as much if succeeded. So, what's that? 11?
11, and then half of that for Dro. So 6 or 5?
5.
Okay.
So that'd be 5.5, and you round down for that.
Then
5. Hard takes 23, and yeah, the other guy takes 9. Awesome. And that is going to end his turn. One of the fire snakes makes his way all the way over and is still not within combat. Poor guy. And this Magman is within the elemental space. He's not able to move out of the space, but he doesn't take force damage for being in there, yeah?
Not unless the elemental is using its whelm ability, which I don't think it is.
Okay, so it's just occupying the space. But it's able to... The Magman is still able to hit the elemental, right? Because they're within the... Okay, that's what I thought. Alrighty. So...
Violently lashes around inside.
that is essentially what's happening.
I was
It
gonna
is
do
going
something
to-
else, but I really wanted to trap one of them in the whelm and just let it poof inside.
How is a 15 to hit?
Yeah.
Oh, surprise. Awesome. You take 7 fire damage, and you would be on fire unless the elemental is immune to that or anything?
How does that work? It's a water.
Right, that's
Could
what
be
I'm trying to
immune
think.
to being on fire.
That's what I was thinking. I feel like it makes sense that it would be immune to being on fire, unless it's like Greek fire, which was able to burn underwater and on water. And my guess there would be, yeah, it's like Greek fire, because, you know, little demon guys.
It's your call.
Yeah.
I mean, his immunities, all he has is he's immune to poison. That's it.
All right, we'll treat it like Greek fire then. So you will take 3 fire damage at the end of your next turn, unless you use an action to douse it.
Yeah.
Awesome. So next we go, and this guy. Oh, I know it collides with the wall. Stop. He's flying over the wall. And he goes ahead and makes his way over to the center of the area. I think everyone can see that. Flying above the water. And if I remember right, this is the guy that... He is that guy indeed. So now the question is... Alright, that is a natural 20. So, just for fun, he's going to cast Wall of Fire. And he does not entirely know where everyone is in this fire, but he does know that if he makes a big line that makes it very difficult for people to get out of, and then places the hot side south, and this one's hot side is north, that's going to be very difficult. So, everyone is going to have to make a dexterity saving throw, including our little Magman guy, because he's expendable. All right, yeah.
Wow, good job, Cressida.
What is that?
11.
Can your Ripple Elemental also make a dexterity saving throw?
Wait, why?
So, as this wall of fire goes on, I'll get everyone's dexterity saving throws in just a moment. It blows up the Magman.
Oh,
Poor guy was very expendable,
Okay.
and Ripple Elementals within 10 feet. So, as the guy explodes, shrapnel of little tiny man launches into the Ripple Elemental.
okay.
Wait, the one that was inside of it?
Oh, here.
No, this guy
5'10".
that was north.
He was just in
Oh.
range of the explosion.
So a little bit of PvP there, or NPC v NPC.
Wait, isn't the Magman immune to fire?
I don't think so. I think he's just resistant. Oh, you're right. He is immune to fire. Never mind.
Okay. Seamus got
He does not go
16
boom.
on dex save.
Seamus got a 16. 16 will pass.
From-
Cressida?
Remind me how
21.
con saves work again?
It's half damage or 10, whichever is lower.
Okay.
Or it can't be lower than 10.
21 passes. Barrack.
17.
17. Okay. So, Barrack, you pass. I think everyone just passed. Which means that you take 25 fire damage. Half of that is 12? 12. 12.5 plus 12.5 is 25. Yeah, so 12. You take 12 fire damage and or, do what else you need to if you're not taking that fire damage.
Seamus is still invisible.
Does
Seamus
Seamus...
part rogue. Does he have uncanny dodge?
Oh
or
my god, does he
evasion
have that?
or something? Does he have evasion? I don't know what level rogue he is.
Oh my gosh.
He not have it? What
I
level,
have
He
it.
might not.
what level rogue again is uncanny dodge?
Well, I don't think uncanny dodge works for area of effects. That's against melee damage. It would be evasion.
No, it
AoE?
Uncanny Dodge works for dex saves.
No. Uncanny dodge half damage from an attack. Evasion works for dex saves. Evasion comes at level 7 rogue.
Yeah, because Dro has evasion from monk. No, Seamus doesn't have it. He's only 3 levels.
No.
Uncanny Dodge.
I don't even.
An attacker hits you with an attack roll.
You
Mhm.
can
Yep,
use
you're right.
reaction at the attack. Yep.
Dang it.
Alrighty.
Not roguely enough.
So that was some fun damage. Don't we love that combat was meant to expend all of your spell slots and then get you in a big line to get hit line damage? Laughs in evil DM, and also the fact that I've got to deal with this too. Dro, it's now your turn.
Okay, so I asked about these flames because Dro is going to cast Create Water and make it rain.
Like rain.
In a 30-foot cube. So I gotta see where I put this. Ideally, I would want. Hold on, I'll just cast the spell. It'll give me the template. Draw, create water. Cast spell. Right. Sorry, guys. Everyone's getting wet.
I mean, wet's better than burned.
So, to my fellow DMs out there, which I believe is at least half the people at this table, can water put out magical fire?
See, that's what I was wondering.
Because I
It is
didn't.
magical fire, and it is magical water also.
I would rule it based off of spell level. So if the wall of fire is cast
Good
at
point.
4th level and create water is cast at 5th, then create water would win. Or you could do an arcana check, like a contested arcana check to see whose spell wins out. But those are the two ways I would rule it.
Yeah, that is a good point. I like that. Let's do a contested arcana check because, there's nothing
Sorry.
quite like rolling dice against each other.
What level of spell is
Oh,
create
it's
water?
1.
A level
Okay,
1
so
versus a level
roll a
3.
d20 out of 1, and you got to get above 14, or a 14
Yeah.
or above, right?
It's like dispel magic, essentially. Is how
Yeah,
I
you're
rule it.
basically using dispel
Yeah.
magic
Plus 1. 15.
Ooh.
That would be effective then. And this is this big ass cube that you made, right?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that would dispel both of them. Congratulations, you dispel the flames, and the humanoid flame people appear to be pissed.
Yeah, figured.
Dro, give me. I'm gonna take over as DM for a second. Give me
Oh, good.
a-
I'm just here for the combat and the story. Rules is my weakest part as a DM.
No, you're good. Give me an insight check as you do that.
We also got some weird paladin shit going on here too.
Half. That's a lot. 24.
24. Okay. As you do that, and you put in some additional effort into it, and you put your force into that, your friends are in trouble. This is a bad situation. Margot's about to get it's kind of the opposite.
Still alive.
Where, the oven is rotating around her, and you focus and you push more and more into that. The create water that you summon is dark. It is not the light, clear water from the sky. It is like you just brought in water from the depths. And it is frigid and heavy and deep. And for the first time, without losing your control, you pull on that concept of the depths. Darkness and water together. Okay, resume, Noah.
Dro, will that complete your turn?
I was going to. Till that. That was an action, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be an action to even attempt to do anything like that. I will. Ooh. I'm going to look over at Cressida. Cast Shield of Fate on her. After feeling different here with that water spell, I think Dro kind of leans more into, okay, I can use water, and I think Cressida has never seen it. I think Margot has seen Dro's Shield of Faith maybe once or twice, maybe. And it was more purplish, kind of shadow flavor to it. This is, the shadow's still there, but it's blue and water. He is going to 5, 10, 15. Move next to Haru. And that will be his turn. Elemental. Those firewalls really screwed up. Yeah, no, he's gonna water elemental is going to hit the, I can't click on him because I'm standing on him.
This makes sense. I can't click him either. I'm going to move you slightly north.
Then is a +7. D20 go. 19.
A 19 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Is that really? 19.
All right. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw as the guy that the ripple is on top of is getting squeezed by the force of the waves and then begins to explode.
I love this dice. Natural 20.
Wonderful.
Yes.
You are successful, and instead of exploding, it just kind of implodes and just kind of goes like a little bit of a pop.
So he's just going to move on over.
I feel like the ripple opens its mouth and a little bit of steam comes out. Like,
I think though Dro seeing the ripple elemental putting in work this time, I think there's kind of a grin to see like the power of what water can actually do and what.
did he just like insult its performance from previously?
Yes, because all he did was take a beating last time. Second guy, the snake. Yeah, the snake. 13?
A 13 will not hit.
Okay. And he's just gonna block the path.
Very well. Haru, it is now your turn. You've had walls of flame thrown on you, and now they have disappeared, and you are wet.
I'm like, guys, can we just? Is there like, is this an actual entrance? Like, do I see a door?
Yes.
Haru is ready to leave.
So, I shall give that description. So, as you get closer to the front of this, you can see that there's water leaking underneath, and because of the way that this room is designed, you know, the water continues trickling down that staircase. But you can see that there's a relatively solid door that is placed right here in the middle. Yeah, you didn't want to see that real quick. And it does have a handle and appears to be able to be opened. But I would say like a pretty thick steel door.
Like any regular person, assuming this door could be open, she's gonna try to open it.
Very well. You walk over to open the door. You are successful as the door opens. It's a little bit heavy, but not heavy enough to, you know, take an action or anything. Still a free action. As you open the door, you are able to see into the next area. And what you see in the next area is essentially a almost floating mountainous area with a waterfall that has a pool at the top of the waterfall, some rocks jutting out of it. The waterfall is falling down into a pond that appears to be kind of knee-high level. Naturally, that's like up to the head for Margot since she's like 2 feet tall. And then you can see that And then you can see that the water leads not only downward towards the middle area where you started, but it also leads downward to the north and to the south and falls off of these cliffs into nothingness. You're unable to tell what is lighting this area, but you can tell that this area is naturally lit of some sort as if you were in daylight. But you can see that behind the waterfall that is elevated is nothing but void. Complete and utter emptiness. It appears as though it is its own floating island with like 2 floating islands slightly to the southeast and south of it.
This just looks like a dead ender. He turns back around, assesses. I guess we're just going to see if we can take this little bean turd out. She is not feeling super great. I'll say to hit. Okay. 3 Eldritch Blasts are gonna go out.
Okay. What are you
And
firing
roll
at?
three- Oh, a 17 on the die for 25. I like my dice better than stupid digital die.
You firing at this guy? Or you firing?
Yes,
Okay.
this guy.
Alrighty, a 17 will hit.
For 6 force damage.
Alrighty, he go boom.
He goes boom. Okay.
Let's see. I mean, technically, the ripple is within that area because it takes up those 4 spaces. Yeah.
Where was he? Here?
Yeah, he was right there.
Are there stairs up? Is this the same elevation? Because he would be on the stairs blocking.
Right here it is, but right here it isn't. So that's where the question of, like, how big is he? Is he that large creature taking up that 2x2 square?
Yeah, because I'm dumb and forgot I could get in this creature's space.
Okay. Then go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw.
What is this die? Dirty 20.
Wonderful. You take 1 fire damage. Alrighty. And Haru, is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn? I believe you still have movement, bonus action, and free action left.
How many
Uh,
Eldritch Blasts do you get?
I have 3.
Okay.
Yeah, but I wasn't anticipating it dying, so. I was anticipating me actually missing my shot, okay?
Yeah, I suppose you still have 2 attacks left too, should you so desire to use them.
I guess I can. I'll just go ahead and I'll shoot through the ripple elemental, or
How's that gonna work?
I was
Yeah.
about to ask, is that something
That's
that would work through the
I'm like
elemental?
just around it. I think
not-
that's all she can technically do. Actually, since this
It's
is
fine.
are
She's
we-
just gonna curve her bullets by like swinging her
Yeah.
gun.
of course, like my flames go. Whoosh.
Yeah, like you're playing a
curve
first-person
around.
shooter and the bullets track you.
Didn't you know that's how freaking fantasy works?
I hate to say it, but would I give it cover because of the elemental?
Gosh, you're trying to make my shots miss.
If it wasn't the elemental.
Well, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out because it can occupy the same space as something else, but
I'm
I
not
don't
necessarily
feel like-
targeting.
is the elemental intelligent?
It has some intelligence. It's got an okay score.
What is your definition of okay, Morgan? Because I just opened it.
4.
Oh, it's got a 5!
Okay, yeah. I don't think that the Ripple Elemental would be smart enough and be able to react accordingly since it is facing, trying to stop them from coming up the stairs, for it to then allow blast to go
leave.
through
We'll
it.
just leave. We'll just leave it be. We'll leave it be.
Very well.
I will. Gosh. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take some steps out into the new place.
You step into splishy splashy water. As of right now, it goes up to about your ankles. You're not too deep into it.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna stay right here. I'm not going to go out too far. I'm gonna stay nice close to this wall or whatever, and end my turn.
Alrighty. Everyone continues getting closer and closer and closer. Oh. Kind of. Alright. We'll just do that. No, we'll just do that. Okay, I don't know how things work well enough on this software. So we're going to go to this guy, and he's going to go ahead and attack the Ripple Elemental. Yeah, same thing. Okay. How is a 9 to hit the Ripple Elemental?
No.
How is a 7 to hit the Ripple Elemental?
No.
So the other Blazeborn goes. I know. Ugh. I like the walls. Also, I hate the walls. Alrighty, and I think the only one actually visible besides the Ripple Elemental is Margot. I mean, he can see Dro, but he'd have to shoot through Margot to get to Dro. So, welcome back. Margot, how is a 13 to hit? Alrighty. That will end that dude's turn, and it is now Seamus's turn.
Fuck. Can't. Yeah, I think Seamus is just gonna run in. Let me know.
Just makes sense.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Just gonna use. Oh, but he can dash too. So let's do that. He's gonna bonus action dash. So he can get around this corner. So he won't hide, so people would just hear footsteps of him running by.
Like, get the fuck out of here, man!
Yeah, that's action, bonus action. Oh wait, that's not an action, that's just movement, bonus action. What is that thing he does? Where is it? Oh fuck, that's a bonus action. Let's hold. No, let's not do that. I don't want to waste that. Yeah, that's it.
Alrighty. Cressida, it is now your turn.
Okay. Can we see through the elemental?
Technically, yes. Because
The
he's just
saving throw
flowing water.
spell should be fine.
Yes.
Right. Let's
If you're
mind
not shooting the
sliver.
projectile through the elemental, then yes.
No, it's mind sliver on the front little sneaky snake. So it's an intelligence saving throw for the snake.
And as we know, snakes are
damage.
very smart. 17.
My DC. My DC 17. So they beat it. So nothing happens.
Oh, well, alrighty
It's
then.
cantrip, so.
What a lucky snake.
And I'm gonna move right in here.
Alrighty.
And so I'm assuming I have to go through, like, this is the door itself. It's one square.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. That ends my turn.
Alright. It is now Fire Snake's turn. It is going to expend half of its movement to stand up. Stand. Oh, that's combat state. Whoops. This is the status specs. Alrighty. I don't think it can actually do much because you're occupying a strange space. Therefore, he's going to move down here.
I will say that the terrain is difficult terrain in that 10-foot circle from Earth Tremor because it shatters the ground.
This is good to know. So then that would be. Is it? So then that's. So that would be 2. Okay, so then it goes like that and runs out of movement. Oh, and I took him out of combat. Whoops. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Go back in combat. Oh, shoot. Alright, well, it would need to re-roll initiative. We know where it is. It's between Cressida and Barrick. Barrick, it is now your turn.
Okay. I want to use a bonus action for study. To look out and try to glean the pattern of these things. I have expertise in Arcana and investigation and a decently high perception in it. Like, I want to like try to read the room to see if I can pinpoint, like, cool, I have a token. There are these things that could possibly accept a token. What's the likelihood of domino effect if, like, we match the right token with the right pedestal? What's the likely magical effect is the intention here.
Ooh, Arcana check.
All right. 1 second. Sure. I'm basically gonna bank everything on this one for my turn. So I'm gonna give myself guidance on this too. So that's my action to cast guidance on myself and my bonus action to do the Arcana check.
All right.
24.
Okay. You are able to determine that these tokens, while not inherently magical, if placed on the pedestal, will activate a magical effect of some sort. You can determine that essentially they are 8 levers. 8 magical levers that if they get the stuff on the pedestals, it does something. That something, you have absolutely no idea.
Okay. And from the pedestals that I've seen so far, which is probably this one, this one, and this one, did any of them already have the token associated with them?
No, all of them are empty.
Okay, gotcha.
Additionally,
when
from
I-
your bird's eye view, since you could look down on all the other
Mhm.
pedestals, those were also empty.
Okay, so nothing is coordinated yet.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. And with that, I am going to slip into the room.
Makes sense. All right, well, that completes your turn.
Yes, and I'll mention that to Cressida, and I probably heard Seamus pass with a. Well, actually, Seamus's passive stealth is probably higher than my passive perception. Even though my passive perception is not bad, Seamus is a monster.
If it helps, he did dash. So there was no
Oh, okay.
stealth.
So, do I know that Seamus is already in the room?
I think you can figure that out pretty easily.
Okay, cool.
You're magical. You know he used invisibility to disappear. You can hear footsteps, even though, there's also the sound of fires being thrown everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Will that complete your turn?
I'll say to Seamus, hey, if we get the chance, we should probably grab these tokens. They could have some sort of effect of access, moderation, or modification of the environment around us. Could be helpful. Might be a you and I thing. Go out there while nobody else is looking.
Yeah. Where is? Oh my god. Oh, you're not close. Okay. I think Seamus would chime up and just agree, so Cressida would definitely hear a voice next to her.
He jumps.
And I would have. I don't think he would like.
An invisible hand that was patting on Cressida had a potential different source.
Oh god. I don't think he'd shout, but loud enough so Eric could hear. I don't know if Haru would hear. I know she's got a crazy passive perception. So.
Yeah. Okay. That's it for me.
Margot, it is now your turn.
It sure is, isn't it? Okay. I'm trying to find something in my inventory. So this is going to be a Morgan question.
Yo.
So I have this ring of spell storing.
Oh boy.
Oh shit.
And you said, I know there's 3 spells on it, but I don't know what they are.
Okay, let's dig
So
into my
Margot's
notes.
going to release the magic of one of the spells.
Okay, please
We're gonna
hold.
see what it is.
Oh shit, my old notes were wrong.
The first spell is produce water.
She accidentally disintegrates herself again.
I wonder what this does. Where'd Margot go?
Right in front of Dro.
The trauma.
Break this poor man.
Oh my god.
Hero's just like, I'm stuck in a time loop.
We brought her back once, we can do it again.
Yeah, just unleash more hell into the world.
Okay, Margot, as you start to pull on that magic, and you summon it. Essentially, like as it leaves you, or like as it's channeling through your body, you understand it. It is the spell Project Image.
I'm gonna look that up.
Hmm.
I don't think I've ever cast that spell before. No chat. Oh, well, but I should probably put D&D because Project Image just gave me a bunch of stock photos. Holy shit, okay. Oh, wow.
It's a lot.
Um, 500 miles? What is that range?
Mm-hmm. This is I have a perfect alibi spell.
There's 2 Margos now.
Oh, yay.
Yay. Oh, that is so cool. Okay. I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna go ahead
so-
and
Pop another
copy
Margo.
Margo.
She pokes her hand, she like holds her hands out, ready to like cast some destructive spell, and another version of herself appears. She's like, that was not what I had planned. Okay. Her and her double are going to run into the room.
Oh, that okay. Yeah, and you have this illusionary bonus Margo for a day.
Stro just sees 2 Margos run by.
Oh, I can use her like a familiar too. I can see through her sights if I choose. Oh, that's gonna be so useful later, guys.
You got this spell ring from an illusion master.
We did. Bonus action.
Where did
What
we
do I
even
do?
get that?
We got it so long ago, I don't remember.
Was it on the ship?
Yeah, it was on the wall
Yes.
breaker ship.
Okay.
It was the thing that was with the love letter.
Hmm. Okay.
Let me see, what was it? Where's the note?
I wonder what they're doing with that. Project image and a love letter.
My love, Shentir, you are the strength of body and spirit that drives us into the horizon of stars. Do so with the knowledge that I am at your back like the wind in your sails. I will guide and protect you. You have my words. Tyus.
So I have a question, Margo. Or Margo.
Yeah.
Morgan, I'm Margo.
That's the inscription that is carved into the inside of the ring.
Okay. So, because I'm casting through the ring, I don't have to roll or add anything, or do I?
No.
Okay, good.
No, it's already prepared. The energy is already set to go.
Cool. I didn't want to blow us up. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
That's it then. She ran away.
It's fine. It's only a 7th level spell. That wouldn't do much to your countdown.
That's what I was worried about.
All right. This guy runs up behind the water elemental,
Oh, come on.
and that is a 21 to hit.
Yeah?
Cool. That is 7 fire damage. And just like last time, you are now set on fire for 3 fire damage at the end of your turn if you do not douse it. Meanwhile, yep. Fuck this guy in particular. This next Blazeborn is going to hold his hands out, and fire is going to produce. And then you see his hands just like drop off of his body and onto the ground as he rolls double nat ones. Poor bastard.
Ugh.
A snake quickly makes its way over, but is not able to attack. Another Blazeborn is going to go ahead and fire. Dro, or rather Water Elemental, how is a 17 to hit?
Dro and the elemental, or just the elemental?
Just the Water Elemental.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Alrighty. So that is a 15 fire damage. How is a 23 to hit?
Yeah.
That is 14 fire damage. Dro, it is now your turn.
So confused by the double Margos. Can Dro see this room from where he's standing? Like, if he looks through the doorway?
Yeah, you can see bits and pieces of it. You can see the northern half at least.
Is there water where Dro's standing?
I'd say it's wet. It's not flowing water, but it is definitely like there's a bit of water there.
Yeah, I'll go with what I thought. He's gonna go in very confused, walking past double Margos. And step into the water here. And try to think about that feeling he just had when he casted Create Water. That power of water, and he's actually going to stick the tip of his sword into the water. And
Oh,
not out loud, but just kind of to himself, but trying to speak through the sword into the water to water itself and ask for help or guidance on where they should go.
are you closing the door as you go past?
Is Margot's double in the doorway?
One could argue yes and no.
It's an
Because
illusion.
technically yes and no. For this sake, I will say no.
He would close the door, yes.
All right, the door has been closed.
I think Margot specifically said that the duplicate comes into the door with her.
Yeah. It's also an illusion, so it passes through solid objects.
Just happened the door.
So, question for you, Dro,
Like glitching in the door.
or rather, Q and rest of the players. Would you like to see the water elemental get hit by like 10 different attacks from different people? Or would you like to go ahead and end combat?
No, I told him he's staying there and taking the brunt of it.
Oh yeah, he's gonna die. My question is more so, would you prefer to sit here and watch him die and me roll dice against you?
I'd
Or
rather
No.
continue
That's
with
what
the
I thought.
story.
I agree. Combat.
As the door closes, Barrick will go up and 1 second. I'm trying to. Sorry. There's 2 options here.
Well, he does that too. I think Seamus would make it known to everyone that he's here. But I think he would keep his invisibility up.
Oh yeah, he would.
He would probably actually put his hand on someone's probably Margot's shoulder. Just so someone knows exactly where. And it's the only other familiar person next to him.
That's fair.
So, now that everyone has entered into this area, you can see that to your left is no wall, no roof or anything crazy like that. There is only that thick door that seems to be just sitting at the edge of this floating watery island. There is... Yeah, it's almost as if you stepped into like a different realm or pocket or something like that. There's just door.
I will go up as as we shut the door. I will go up and I will like run my hand across it, and you'll see like on the hinges and on the and essentially like on the locking mechanism, you'll see a series of like blue and yellow runes like form up and like kind of click all together. I'm gonna cast arcane lock on the door.
Very well.
And I turn around and say, the password is "Who burnt my chicken?" If anybody needs to go back through that way.
Who burnt you? Okay.
Dro, for fun, do you want to roll a perception or an investigation check?
Perception.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
24.
Congratulations! You stick your sword, the tip of the sword, into the water, and you kind of close your eyes as Barrick walks over and turns on the lock, and everyone else is just kind of recovering from getting blasted by ridiculous amounts of fire and, you know, probably smelling some burnt hair and burnt flesh. And you're able to focus and feel within the water. You can feel it falling down from the waterfall into this small pond area. You can feel it flowing to your left, in front of you, and then behind you. And you can feel it falling off of the island and dissipating into steam. And as you are sitting there feeling it, you feel the steam rise up on the northern side and touch something that seems to be floating in the air itself. And this steam tries to go through it, but instead goes around it as it flows out into the void that this island appears to be floating on.
I think Dro, still with his eyes closed and trying to focus, will point in that direction so everyone sees, and he will relay that there is something over there that steam is wrapping around, trying to pass through but can't. And I think he'll just keep listening. He was told to listen to the water. And let the group do with that information that he was given.
You can still hear it flowing and falling and evaporating. It is almost calming and repetitive.
I think it would relay that it is evaporating when it reaches that. But the whole time his eyes are closed. He's probably pointing directly at Barrett. Just a moment.
Barrick starts taking off his jacket and his shirt and like pulling it off and kind of like neatly folding it on the ground. And he's pretty bad. He's definitely hurt. He's gonna go over to the waterfall, and like as he takes off his jacket, you see a very heavy. Oh, and as he like pulls off his gloves, he leaves like his pants on, and like he's got several key rings attached to essentially like different like belts and loops and stuff on his pants. You see a heavy scarring on his wrists, immense scratches on his hands, like the skin was ripped away from his wrist over and over and over. There's a buildup of scar tissue, and he's got crisscrosses of like whiplashes on his back as scars, and he's just, there's little pieces of his flesh that are like missing, like a chunk got ripped out. There's smooth scratches, there's rough scars, and he's basically underneath his cloak. It's just a tapestry of stored pain on his body. He goes over to the waterfall, starts like running his arms and like the burnt portions of his body through the waterfall to like cool them down. He's like,
Margot's gonna walk over and hand him a potion of healing. You look like you need this.
I feel like I need it. Cheers.
You want to try and see more? Remember, I can only do this for an hour.
Is that to the whole group?
Yeah.
Let's hold off on your magic eyes. We're not that desperate yet. We might be able to work something out so far.
I think Dro is making it a point to try to not focus on what anybody else says and just listen for this water. Listen for what he originally heard. And I think also listen for something. It be the Kieran, some water being to help him. He knows that that power that he felt by just creating water, which he's done a few times now, was very different than when he's done it before. And the training he got before this, he's taking into account.
Very well. What is everyone else doing?
I think Seamus would be looking over where Dro pointed and just trying to see if he sees anything that catches his eyes, I guess.
What is Seamus's passive perception?
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I don't think it's that high.
13.
Yeah.
13. Oh, that's fun. Seamus, as you make your way over to the edge of the island and you look off into the steam, all you see is steam.
There's nothing in particular he could look for. Exactly.
Thank you, Margot. What's my level at? Hold on. Oof, that's not good. Actively still sparking with. You can see incandescent sparks of magic on her. Just random electrical sparks all coming out of her. Will. And she. Are we? I guess the question will be for the group: are we going to take 10 minutes, or are we trying to move on quickly?
Let's not be hasty. Give ourselves a minute to regroup. Where are we going? What are we doing? How do we get from here to there? As Barrick's kind of washing up, he's going to start to look around to see if there's any patterns of use in this place. Are there rocks that are scraped clean of moss? Are there footprints? Are there packed paths in the ground? Anything like that. He's looking for signs of wear and tear that would indicate, like, what do people usually do in this room?
Are you looking, or are you physically turning stuff over to see if you can find it?
No, like, he wouldn't be disturbing anything at the moment. But he is trying to, like, piece together, like, what is this room?
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Alright. I'll do guidance on this. 28.
That was almost a nat 1.
It's almost a nat 20.
That's fair. You are able to look around and almost heighten your senses as you listen to everything. You can hear the sound of water rushing. You can hear the sound of water falling upon water. You can even hear the slight of like this hiss of steam evaporating off into the void. You cannot feel any wind. You don't see any like disturbances in the tree right up here. But you do hear from this area all the way up there the slightest disturbance of a plant, which does throw you off a little bit because everything else besides the water is unmoving and relatively untouched. Everything here seems forested nicely.
Okay. And does it sound like the plant is moving, like there's wind in that one spot and it's moving it, or does it sound more like there something is rustling it, like, you know, the way that a rabbit would like move a bush if it was moving through it?
I would say it sounds more like something is moving it. A rustle.
Okay. If I still have the floor, I'm going to, as surreptitiously as possible, kind of do a combination of things. Let me see here. I'm going to use message and kind of speak into like one of the keys that's on my body. I'm gonna like continue to like wash myself off as I'm like looking around and like looking at things. Turn around, I'm gonna speak into a key specifically, and Margot, I'll give you the coordinates. Like at about your 2 o'clock, something's in that bush.
And just so you know, this is elevated.
Okay, yeah. So I'll kind of give her a direction and be like, get ready to do something bombastic if something comes out of there.
She pulls the wand of magic missiles out and is just twirling it in her hands in anticipation for something.
Okay. And then, depending on how much time we have, I'll do like a quick message to gonna be like, heads up, heads up, heads up, heads up, heads up.
I would have, as soon as Barrick said that, I guess mentally instructed my illusory double to kind of flank it almost, and then start moving up.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do during this time?
Did all of those messages go out to everybody?
Yes.
Seamus is hiding.
I don't think I need to know where Seamus is to send that message.
You need a general direction, but that's it.
General
Not
direction.
hard. Cressida will.
What?
I don't think Cressida's gonna do anything yet.
Dro's just still gonna focus on the water.
Aru, is there anything you'd like to do?
I think, yeah, she's going to cast Cure Wounds on herself. She's like, ow. I wonder if I can. Oh shit. I'm gonna have to. How do I? Okay, I can cast it. It's gonna let me do that. Nice.
So this illusion, does it go through things because it's an illusion, or does it have the ability to interact with the environment?
So it it passes through solid objects. But what I can do is bonus action switch my vision to it. Well, all of my senses. So I go blind and deaf, and I can now see through it.
But it's just sight, not feeling.
Just sight. It's sight and hearing, but it cannot physically interact with the outside world at all.
But it can mimic Margot's speech, behaviors, movements perfectly.
Okay.
So if
Very
you
well.
try to attack it, you won't hit anything, is what you're getting at.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as you command your image to walk through or at least walk up to the fern and look, it is unable to see or hear anything else. There appears to be nothing within the bush.
Rashida will take a step forward and can I, and this is a little finicky, do beckon Earth in a 5-foot square to create a shroud of dust that settles. So if there's anything invisible, it would settle over the form of the invisible. It's part of elementalism.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You are more than welcome to do that. That's just a normal spell, yeah? No,
It's a cantrip. So you create a thin shroud of dust or sand that covers surfaces in a 5-foot square area, or you can cause a single word to appear written in a patch of dirt or sand. So I'm using it to create that shroud of dust.
The dust launches up into the air, and it begins to settle down. As it settles down, you can determine the shape of a medium-sized creature, a feline of some sort, looking either cougar, tiger, mountain lion, anywhere in there. But as the dirt is settling, it's almost like looking at the pavement on a hot day. There's kind of shimmering in between the dirt particles, but you can at least tell that there is a feline-looking creature.
Does it react when it gets covered?
It's a great question. From what you can tell of this creature, it still appears to be standing there and watching. Its head is turned towards you, and you can see its tail kind of flick back and forth like house cats do when they're slightly annoyed.
I will, if nobody else is going to do anything, I've got something.
Yeah. Go for it.
No, I was just saying, I'm rolling like shit to see if Joe even pays attention.
I kind of slowly look over, and if I, like, this whole time I was expecting, like, my back was to it, but I was still, like, here listening to see if there was any changes. If not, I'm gonna, like, kind of turn around at this point and see it. I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Very well. You cast Speak with Animals.
And kind of then I'll use Message in tandem with that to kind of... So is there a reason you're stalking us and watching me bathe?
Everyone, you can visibly see the hat's mouth open, And everyone hears these words. I warned you. It was a trap. As Oh, I lost connection and immediately reconnected. Everyone can still see me, yeah? Yeah, okay, cool. As it says, I warned you, it was a trap, the shimmer begins to fade away. And instead, you see a tiger made entirely of fire. Very similar to the humanoid creatures on the outside that were flinging fire flame things at you. This tiger is slightly hovering-ish above the grass, but you can tell that the grass is not catching fire beneath it. The heat doesn't seem to be impacting it very much. The tail kind of flicks back and forth. And this tiger, while entirely of fire and having flames kind of like coming off of it and moving around as if you were looking into a fire yourself at nighttime, the stripes appear to be made of darker flames and lighter flames. It does not, in its face, have any discernible features. You can't tell if it has eyes. You can't tell, besides some flames coming off the snout where whiskers would be, if there's, a nice pink nose or something. But you can see in the heart of the tiger is a shining pink aura, which appears to beat as if it were, somebody's heart. The tiger does not appear hostile.
Okay, here's a loaded question. I guess it's mostly for Morgan. When Dro... So, when we were being chased through the city, when Margot's wall of thorns went crazy, right? That moment. And
Times.
when Dro had that moment of just him in that building locking eyes with another individual from fire and knowing exactly who he was connected to because of the polar opposites, fire and water, does Dro feel that when this creature talks?
Give me an inside check.
Oh, thank God. It went from a 3 and rolled to a 19. So 26 in total.
26 here. Your natural senses of fire are pretty well attuned at this point. And with this thing in front of you, it is of fire. You get a sense of purity from it in a way that like somehow translates to you as a burnt removal of impurities. And yet it's kind of like if that bridge that you felt in that one time where you saw that guy across the way, you feel like it's the right ballpark, and yet somehow it's a little less threatening, which doesn't make any sense. It's like as if you saw a T-Rex for the second time, and you weren't afraid of it necessarily like pouncing on you right then for whatever reason. That kind of moment would still probably like make the hair on the back of your neck stand up. Because you don't feel threatened, that is alarming in itself. Anything you would like to add, Noah?
No, I think that's pretty accurate.
Now we. With that, I think Dro's eyes open and look at this creature. I take it those are your friends out there that we had so graciously met.
The tail flicks to the side and then flicks again back rapidly. And the mouth to the tiger opens yet again, and he says, or it says, I'm not sure friends is the proper term, but I did lead them.
Your warning sounded a bit like gloating,
Hmm.
and now we're just expected to trust you.
A good question.
Kind of points to his body. I have trust issues.
I needed to keep up appearances.
Insight check.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if Margot and Cressida could do insight checks too.
Absolutely.
I'm so on this.
Can I also do a sleight of hand with it to play off Dro pulling his sword out, but as he does, kind of brushing his hand and casting guidance on himself on this
Very
insight
well.
check?
I'm gonna bend luck so I get an additional D4 for Margot.
So let's do this first.
Margot, you just reminded me of something.
18 on that sleight of hand, Noah.
Alrighty.
And a 19, that sucks, on the insight check.
All of you are able to determine that he is...
21. I forgot to add the guidance.
Gotcha. All of you are able to determine that he is partially telling the truth.
I got 22 on mine. I don't know if that makes a difference.
All of you are able to determine that he is partially telling the truth.
Putting the sword away for the moment. So, do you want to explain a little more in why a creature of your nature is kind of motions to the water around just relaxing here?
Cressida, if you should so desire, you are more than welcome to roll an insight check. You have been in Aurora's rest pretty much up until the attack, right?
Cressida rolled an insight. She rolled a 17.
Oh, I thought she was trying to determine whether or not that was a lie.
Oh, another insight check. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yes.
That almost was. Nah, I want to use my resources. No. This feels important. Margot's going to do another bend luck for Cressida.
For Seamus. Seamus had the
19.
conversation about this tower with her name escapes me for some reason.
Abiadala.
Yes. And she had mentioned, if I remember correctly, this was 2 weeks ago, that either it was Seamus or Haru who asked, will there be guards or creatures or something in this tower.
It was hard.
I don't even know what Seamus would roll. Basically, he's trying to connect the dots. Could this be one of those things that she was talking about based off of what he's saying now?
I'm thinking insight.
Okay.
So it's a 19 from Cressida.
Seamus, why?
Cressida. From this tiger's appearance, you recall a story, or rather stories, as you helped various different people who were down on their luck throughout Aurora's Rest, and you are familiar with a story of a tinder tiger, a tiger made entirely of flame, that would traverse the rooftops and occasionally jump out of nowhere, deliver vigilante justice to defend at least the innocent, and then disappear again. You've never actually encountered this creature, nor have you encountered like the criminals that were attacked. You've only heard hearsay from survivors that happen to have had this situation.
Cressida's gonna step forward. I know of you. Well, we're here to help the city, and I know that's something you have done in the past. Would you help us now?
Sorry, responding. The tiger stops flicking its tail and opens its mouth, and in response says, "There's something familiar about all of this, but I'm not sure what. I don't know if I'm here to help or if I'm here to harm. Certainly, I did mean to harm when we met merely a few minutes ago, but something seems different now. I can't quite place my paw on it. So I think for now, I will help."
Can Cressida roll an Arcana check? And this is... Here's the foundation. Abidala says she doesn't want to come here because she's touched by all of the elements and she's afraid they'll sway her influence. This tiger was like, obviously fire, wanted to kill us a second ago, but now he's not. So I want to roll to see if it's Dro's presence and Dro's connection to water that's dulling fire's influence on this tiger.
Let's go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
$31.
Jesus.
Very effective. It does not appear as though this creature's proximity to water, whether it be magical or not, is impacting its, ferocity, aggressiveness.
With everything I know from Abiyadala and the elements, so do I get anything else with the 31, or that's just it?
I'm distracting him.
Yes, sorry. Messaging is fun. Can you please repeat that?
But with everything we know from Abiyadala, how the elements can impact or sway creatures of fire, why she was concerned about coming in the first place, that's all I get with the 31 is Dro's not helping or hurting.
I think I misunderstood. I thought you were asking particularly about the tiger being in the water area that you guys are in, if that is impacting it. Or do you mean specifically Dro as the water champion?
You just said. Sorry. You said
Sorry, I was
that
partially distracted with the with the typing.
the lion said he wanted to hurt us, and now he doesn't.
Yes.
And he's not sure why. So I rolled an Arcana check to determine if I could figure out why there was a shift in that desire to harm based off of what Abiadala said of her concerns about being partially elemental and being near this elemental source, as well as Dro's connection to the elementals and how that impacts him, and trying to figure out what's calming this tiger now.
Okay. So, from what you can tell, it does not appear as though any elemental source is calming this tiger now. It seems as though the tiger has almost had a change of heart for some reason that is not elemental or magical.
Is it looking at anyone in particular longer than anybody else, or is it just kind of glancing across everybody?
As the conversation continues, it appears as though it is equally looking at whomever is speaking to it. Does not appear to be jumpy in any way. Appears to be very calm, save for that tail that flicks every once in a while.
Is this tower what you call home?
No. I'm not sure I necessarily have a home.
Joe kind of grinned to that. That could be inaccurate. Home's not always a physical location. He'll just kind of stop and glance down and kind of smile for a moment. And then just look back up. So why are you in this tower?
I was sent here by fire to protect it. And I was sent to set up a trap for anyone that might come through. And finally, my last objective was to figure out what was being researched in the tower and see if I could activate the tower in some way.
And how many have you gotten your paws on so far? Are we the
Personally.
first to step through, or just the most recent?
You are the first to have stepped through.
Cressida, you said he helped the city? How?
There are stories.
I'm having a bit of a hard time believing this.
Does Dro know those stories?
No.
Just kind of look at Cressida as she's explaining it. Beric.
Well, are you going to help us, or are we going to fight? Are we just going to stand around and keep talking?
Ah, yes, she's like this.
The tiger turns to face Margot, and yeah, whichever one spoke, unless they both did. Which one spoke, or both?
The Margot spoke.
That's this one.
It's the one next to, yeah.
Yeah.
Beric.
Okay. So, he turns, and you see the mouth kind of start to limb in, and the throat changes to be a little bit slimmer, and it responds, "Well, I do believe it would be best if I helped you, at least for now."
You make a game of insulting people, I see.
The tiger kind of cocks its head, then the tail flicks back and forth, and it responds, "I am not insulting you."
Some people might call that mockery.
It is more a sign of understanding amongst my people.
And who are your people?
You do not interact with fire very much, do you? His voice returns, and the face goes back to the tiger face, or rather, the mouth returns to the kind of normal.
The heart when it did that. Anything different change on that?
The heart is still beating normally.
Eh.
That pink glow, that pink fire around it.
With the change to kind of follow Margot's voice patterns, I'm gonna do an insight to see. Barrick is not somebody who excuse me. He is a background shadow on purpose, and sometimes doing that means that he has to purposefully pull attention away from himself and become like everybody else. He wants to see if that, like, read insight, like, is that the same MO of the tiger? Is it doing that as a way to kind of assimilate?
Go ahead and roll insight. The answer is absolutely yes.
Okay. How long have you been here? In Aurora's Rest.
Their face begins to change and distort as it looks over to Barrick and responds in a very similar cadence. "I'm not sure how long I've been here, but it certainly has been a while."
How's your sense of time? Is it always muddled?
The tiger nods, but very slowly and almost begrudgingly. It is going to reply, and looking out across the party as it asks, you can see its face begin to shape back into the tiger's face. The mouth kind of returns to its place, and it starts with the cadence before returning. "I am curious. What are all of you doing here?" "Are you here to activate the tower, or are you here to perhaps go somewhere else in Aurora's Rest?"
And why
I'll
should
tell
we?
you. Neither will be easy to do.
And why should we trust? Why should we tell you anything?
Do you
This
know a way
is.
out?
I do. I think I know how to activate the tower, but if you should so desire to leave, I know the way out. I can take you there.
Why?
I'm not sure how the rest of you are, but have you ever felt uncertain?
Sorry, that wasn't meant to come out loud.
Pretty uncertain about you right now.
This is fair. If our roles were reversed, I'm sure I would be feeling uncertain about you. You see, I've lived my life in such a way that I was nearly always a follower. I did what I was told. I continued throughout it, doing what was, I suppose, good, or perhaps what I thought to be good. But my time in Aurora's Rest has shown me that I think I'm missing something. I think what I've been doing perhaps wasn't good. I'm not sure it was quite bad or evil, though, but as a being of fire, it's so hard to feel the emotions that the rest of you feel, the pain that you might go through. It seems as though for humanoid creatures like yourselves, uh, it's harder to understand for me. But over time, I started to understand. And so, for a while now, I've been uncertain and questioning. Was the sacking of Aurora's Rest the right thing to do? All those people that were killed, all those lives taken, the destruction I helped wrought. Was that right? After all, the point of fire is to destroy and rebuild. Fire is rebirth. But in this case, fire is not interested in rebirth. It is merely interested in destruction. And that goes against nature. So the reason that I don't think, sorry. So the reason that I don't think fighting is worth it, and the reason that I will not be telling anyone else about your showing up here, is because, as of right now, I don't think you're in the wrong.
Pardon me for not trusting fire after everything it's done to my city. You sit here and tell us you can help us leave or start this tower or whatever. How exactly? Let's say we want to leave. Tell us how. Because right now, like I said, not very trusting of anything with fire at the moment.
This is understandable. I'm sure if the roles were reversed, I would be equally as untrusting. You know where you arrived, correct?
Yeah, between those two whirlpools.
Simply step into the dark whirlpool.
You want us to go back out there with your friends that you set up an ambush with. Admittedly, set up that ambush with.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, they don't know that I haven't attacked. I can check to see if they're still out there.
Before we do that, Cressida, dear,
Yes?
dear.
Would you pop a detect magic for me?
Certainly can. That's Cressida's character sheet. Let's see. Cast. Ooh. Give me the information. Look at that.
Now,
I think it'll stand next to Barrack. Oh, it didn't move the. How do I move
That's
my
okay.
template?
Everything's in range. Fine.
Okay, good.
all right, kitty cat. You're on my side. Don't resist what I'm about to do, and I promise I won't hurt you.
The tail flicks.
Fair enough.
All right. First of all, he's going to cast Detect Thoughts, and he's going to immediately go for the deep probe. And I'm going to use my Portent ability to force your roll to be a 7.
Huh.
And as he does, he's going to say,
What are the strengths and problems of fire?
What are the strengths and problems of fire? And he's not able to deceive, right? It is just a flat response. Or they, I guess, in this case.
sure, let's get the exact verbiage up. Where is it? Okay, come back here.
Is this all being said out loud?
Yeah, I'm saying it out loud. You can try to probe deeper into the target's mind. If you probe deeper, the target makes a wisdom save. On a failed save, you discern the target's reasoning, emotions, and something that looms large in its mind, such as worry, love, or hate. On a successful save, the spell ends. Either way, the target knows that you probed. And the target can make an intelligence save to basically repel me if they want on the next turn, essentially.
Okay. Can you restate the question too?
Yeah, the question is, what are the problems and strengths of fire?
Yes. Alrighty. The tiger responds freely. The problem with fire is that currently it is only interested in destruction. There is no rebirth, and so it is throwing off the natural cycle. It is throwing off balance. As for its strength, well, I believe you've likely seen that if you've been here before. It is raw, overwhelming power. But not only that, people like me are able to easily infiltrate societies.
And what if the rebirth you're speaking of is not physical, but rather mental?
I suppose perhaps that could happen.
Care to be a part of it?
A mental rebirth. I feel like there's a part of me that already is.
And with that, I kind of like look over to Cressida to see if she picked up like any magical like tomfoolery that would have interfered with my spell.
Yeah. What magical things? I guess did I see and did I see?
So magically, there's nothing that you can see except for DM question. In this case, because of the way that we've discussed this creature,
Mm-hmm.
Is the appearance that they are in right now technically magical? Or is it technically physical, but still, expends the resource?
I'd say it is it speaks of transfiguration magic.
There you go.
I mean, he was not playing with your spell just now, but if you do want us to trust you, perhaps you should show us your true face. I can
Uh,
see the lie in your form.
the tiger begins to shift. Um, its face begins to lift, its neck elongates, and the snout begins to just push inward. The eyes kind of open wider and start to move a little bit further to the left and right side of its face. Its its snout turns into a humanoid nose, a humanoid mouth. Ears begin to fold back into the head and pop out similar to a human's or halfling's ears. And its height reaches up to about 5'9" ish. The rest of the body distorts from tiger to humanoid. Similar to the other people that you saw flying around, um, the. Oh. Similar to the other people that you saw flying around, um, the creature is humanoid and relatively difficult to discern what its actual lineage is, whether it's like a tiefling of some sort or elf or human or anything else along those lines. But you can see as the creature moves around, the pink heart stays in the chest.
Do I get anything special from the heart?
Magically, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
No.
It's not a magical heart.
I'm pretty sure Margot already had the monopoly on that subject.
I was.
It may not be very satisfying to look at, but you are able to tell that this is actually my true form.
And you're in command here.
Uh, yes, I am in command of this particular area, but I have higher ups that are higher than my command.
Well,
Uh,
we're a little bit limited on options. Anybody feel like a bit of a gamble?
I don't think we have much choice.
By
We're
the,
limited on time.
by the way, Seamus's invisibility would have dropped. I just realized it was only a minute.
Barrick's going to reach into a pouch and grab like a dangle of 4 keys. Let's see how this works with this guy. Let's get a sense. And he's going to drop the keys as he casts Augury. And and essentially the question is, I'm getting an omen for oh, is that the right one? Maybe something else. I'm casting the spell that basically gives us like a thumbs up, a thumb sideways, or like a thumbs down on like, is this a good idea? I might have the wrong spell identified though.
Drill's also going to cast Divine Sense. So basically, I'm casting Detect Good or Evil. I can sense anything affected by a hollow spell or know the location of Celestial Fiend or Undead. This thing just shapeshift into something we don't even know what it is.
So, wheel, and woe, or indifferent. Basically, like, is it good? Is it bad? Is it good and bad, or is it neutral? Is the results of the spell.
And this is determining the tiger person's if it's a good idea for them to follow him.
Yeah, about the results of a course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
Okay.
Like,
I suppose in this case it would be wheel.
Wheel being good.
Yes.
Okay. As the keys drop, and they tumble down, one key lands in the ground and it's straight up, and the other ones dangle from the keychain. And it has like light yellow markings on it with kind of a sign of like golds, like a pile of gold, like built into the grip of the key. Well, if we don't have anything else planned, that's good enough for me.
I will return and let you know whether or not the fire is still out there. And with those words, the person jumps off the ledge.
I get a ping on my Divine Sense.
For Celestial Fiend or Undead, you would not get anything from them, but I'm pretty sure there's fiends close-ish. How far away is this? It's 120 feet?
No, just 60.
It doesn't work through solid walls.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Behind
yeah, then you do not get any Celestial Fiend or Undead from this person.
Okay.
But yes, they leap off the ledge and disappear. And we will go ahead and end session there because we've gone over. Sorry about that.